Hey everybody, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my TikTok. It's me. We're going to talk, I don't know what we're going to talk about tonight, but we're going to talk about something. So I just wanted to start a new fresh one so we're not like having any drama in it. And also, if you missed tonight's TikTok, if you missed this live stream tonight, I will upload it to YouTube so you can see it, the replay. So, Alisha, I think you had said you wanted to talk. What did you want to talk about, Alisha? Let's start with Alisha. Alisha and I, okay, here we go. Hey, can we please talk about obsessive thoughts, impulsivity, and learning to love ourselves without drugs? Okay, so yes, obsessive thoughts. Okay, that's a great topic, okay? So, a lot of you guys are new to my TikTok, so let me go ahead and get a piece of paper. And what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to explain to you guys how the disease process works in our brain, okay? How it starts and how it goes. What are the steps in each process, right? So that way you can understand where those obsessive thoughts come in the disease process, okay? So it always starts out with a trigger. Okay, so we go trigger. Next is thought. And then obsession, okay? Obsession. And then after obsession is use, spree, trigger, thought, obsession, use. Okay, sorry. Craving, and then spree. Okay, so if you're a person who's already having obsessive thoughts, then that means you're at the third point in the disease process. So you've already gone through trigger, thought, and now you're obsessing over those thoughts, all right? So, Alisha, and this is really towards you, Alisha, because it's what's going on in your life right now. Alisha, you have got to find something to fill that time. You are just sitting in that house, girl, all alone, going over all the shit that you've ever done in your life. You're just processing it over and over and over again. And it would be okay for you to be doing that, but you don't have anybody there that you can talk to or that you can lean on that's in your life in person, like a sober friend, right? And so what you're doing is you're just sitting there beating yourself over the head about the what ifs, or I should have done this, or I'm a loser, or I'm never going to be able to get sober. And so it's just negativity after negativity after negativity after negativity, and you're all by yourself doing that, all right? And so once you've gotten to this point where you're obsessing over the substance, you're on your way, girl. You done hit up the boyfriend or the dope man or some guy off the side of the road that decided to come over and give you some shit. Do you know what I'm saying? And so you are off to the races once you're on to that obsession, okay? And so we have to find something to fill your time, whether it be like some kind of like class where you go and meet with other girls and do workout stuff and meditation and some kind of yoga thing. Yes, and I feel like I don't live myself anymore. I relapsed this weekend. I don't love myself anymore, and I'm so upset. And listen, so stop saying I relapsed, okay? Stop saying I relapsed this weekend. I don't even want you to say relapse anymore. I want you to say I had an episode of use this weekend, okay? Let's take that dirty word relapse out of our vocabulary, okay? I don't like the word relapse. I feel like it has a negative stigma attached to it. I feel like when we say relapse, we hear the word failed. Well, honey, no. You haven't failed. You're still alive, aren't you? Or are we talking to Ghost Alisha? I think you're still breathing, right? You haven't failed, okay? You don't fail until you're dead in the grave, all right? You still got a chance to live, girl. You still got a chance to make it out on the right foot, okay? So you are going to have to invest, Alisha, in your recovery, okay? What do I mean by that? Alyssa's all the way in Canada, just so you guys know. You need to invest in some kind of something for you to do that's going to help you improve your life, whether it be joining the gym and getting a personal trainer that you meet with. I want you to go and find some meetings and find a sponsor to work with, so that way you can start doing some step work with a sponsor. I'll be Zooming with you tomorrow. But the best way to get rid of those obsessive thoughts is to fill your time, okay? Fill your time with positive reinforcement, positive activities. Now, don't get me wrong, you're not going to always be able to be running and gunning and doing stuff, right? You're going to have to learn to be with yourself. You're going to have to learn to be okay with just being at home and being alone with Alisha. Are you okay with being alone with Alisha? Are you okay with looking yourself in the mirror and seeing where you're at today? It can be uncomfortable when you're first getting into recovery and you're looking at yourself, because what we do is, a lot of us do this, is we look at ourselves and we automatically think of where we're not. Stop thinking of where you haven't gotten yet. Stop projecting yourself into the future and thinking, well, I'm just not doing that great because I haven't got 6 months, or I don't have a job, and so I'm not doing well, or I'm still on probation and I got years left. Stop doing that. You need to focus on today. Sometimes you have to break it down so fucking slow to like 1 hour at a time. 1 hour at a time. If you can focus on staying sober 1 hour at a time, then you will be you'll make it. You'll be fine, okay? But if you're spending your 1 hour at a time thinking about the next hour and how you haven't gotten there yet, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to be tripping, okay? So let's stop doing that. Let's stop focusing on where we haven't gotten. Let's focus on where we're at today, what we can do to better ourselves today. I have to tell myself these things all the time. You know why? Because I beat myself up. Well, I should have lost 30 pounds by now, but I'm still at this weight. Or I should have fucking painted that side of the house and I've only got this side ready. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not helping you any. Find things that are helping you, that are positive. Find, a lot of the things that's going on with you, Alisha, too, is mental health, okay? You need to find a good therapist that can buckle down with you, that can help you with your mental health, okay? You have diagnoses for your mental health, and you need therapy that is tailored to those diagnoses. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I could sit here all day long and share things that help me stay sober, but it's something different when you work with somebody who is a professional, who is a doctor or a psychologist or psychiatrist that can help you. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, I don't know, they're just smart and shit, you know? So a lot of people, whenever they are, a lot of new people, whenever they first get sober, because we obsess over getting high and drunk all the time, is they'll find something to fill in that gap, and it's a new obsession. Okay, I see a lot of people get balls to the wall with fucking working out, dude, and they turn into like big fucking muscle men and shit, and that's their new obsession. But it's okay to have a new obsession, but you need to have a balance, okay? Because too much of a good thing isn't a good thing anymore, okay? I've totally been there before. Too much fucking meetings, too much fellowship. Y'all think I'm lying. There was a point in my life where I was doing so much service work that it was doing the opposite effect. Okay, it was not good for me. It was pushing me out. I was having a hard time, man. I was having a hard time because I was just overdoing it. I was overdoing it, you know? We have to find an all around. That's why it's so important for us to find, we need to wake up in the morning and stable ourselves and think, okay, what are my intentions for the day? It's almost like setting little goals that you're going to accomplish throughout the day. I say this. If you are new in your sobriety, go get yourself a fucking calendar, a planner. My old rehab counselor, she used to tell me like this. When you're a baby and you're new in your sobriety, okay, you literally have a little saucer, and that little saucer is like a little plate like that. All you can fit on that saucer is what you can fit, right? You can't handle any more for that day because you're brand new. But as you stay sober and as you gain insight and you get better and you learn how to live on life's terms and you get your therapy, then your saucer turns into a little plate, a little sandwich plate, right? And so you can start taking on more responsibilities. Okay, and then you stay sober a little bit longer, you start helping people, you start doing all kinds of different things. Then you have a dinner plate and you can carry a bunch more responsibilities on that. But you can't just start out with a dinner plate and throw all that shit on top of your plate and not know how to carry it, okay? And so it's kind of like when you're waiting tables, right? When you're a new waiter or waitress, you have to learn how to balance that tray with all the motherfucking beer glasses and shit on it, okay? It is a freaking art. It is an art. And so it's the same way with addiction recovery. It's an art to staying sober. You have to learn the balance, you know, and you also have to stop hating yourself so much. You know, people try to plant seeds of doubt in my mind about myself all the time, okay? Because those people can't stand themselves. So they want me to not stand myself because it makes them feel better. They're not so alone being miserable, you know? And so, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow people to plant those seeds of doubt inside me. I'm learning to love me today. I can look at myself in the mirror and I know I stayed sober today. I took care of my son today. I was a good wife today. I helped somebody else get sober today. I did the next right thing today. I made my mom and dad proud today. When you get to a point and you can say those things, your life will change and you will begin to love yourself. But you have to start putting one foot in front of the other. One right deed at a time. So, even if it's just staying sober for that day, today I stayed sober. Today I did the right thing. That's a check mark towards self-love. And every time you do an esteemable act, an act that builds self-esteem, you will feel better and better and better and better. What are esteemable acts, Nichole? What does that even mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. Esteemable acts, shut it back up. Esteemable acts for us people in this mundane world we live in, right, are things that make us feel good about ourselves. So, most people like to have a job because having a job and making their own money gives them self-esteem. Let's think of another one. Staying healthy, eating healthy, and working out. For most people, that helps people with their self-esteem. Okay? Going into Kroger or Walmart and not stealing shit off the shelf. That used to make me feel real good because I had a really bad problem with klepto shit. Okay? A really bad problem with stealing shit. And so going in there and not stealing stuff. I was like, hell yeah, man, I'm doing good today. Not taking drugs. That's an esteemable act. Okay? Helping someone else, even if it's a little old lady crossing the street. That's an esteemable act. Holding the door open for somebody. That's an esteemable act, okay? Doing things that build your self-esteem are going to help you learn to love yourself. And it's little stuff like that, you guys. You think I'm lying over here. Y'all think I'm playing. I know y'all are thinking, oh my God, Nicole's just on one of her fucking rants over here. She's just fucking tearing through her damn rant. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you 100%. Since 2015 when I got sober, I started working with my sponsor. I've been hitting it hard, dude. Rocking them esteemable acts. And it has changed my life, okay? It has changed my life and it has made me the person I am today. Sorry, guys, I have to take the other half of my Suboxone. I take 1 milligram in the morning, 1 milligram in the afternoon. There you go. Chad says small instant gratification tasks. Example, mow the grass, clean the kitchen, wash the car, call someone. Yes, exactly. Taking care of your house, making sure that you have nice things. My husband, let me give you all an example of my husband. He collects firearms, okay? And so he has them like all locked up and polished and looking nice, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that makes him feel good, that gives him, you know, self-esteem. Something that makes me feel good is making content for people about recovery. This is something that literally rocks my socks. You know, like I love it. I love it. So that's a surefire way to loving yourself. Okay, Alyssa? And that episode of use you had this weekend, how many days did it last? How many days did you stay out there getting high, y'all? Go ahead and tell us. Sorry, guys, I gotta get some water. And what did you use, if you don't mind? Cocaine, I think. It's cocaine and Xanax, right? Man, I'm worried about that. I hate that you're out there taking them Xanaxes off the street. That makes me scared. It's hard, you guys, out there. Drugs are killing people now. It's not like when I was getting high. Okay. I like to look at episode of use, and I like to say, okay, you stayed out for 3 days, right? Okay, 3-day binge. Okay, what did you learn from that 3-day binge, okay? Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy yourself? I want to know. We all need to know. Did you have a good time? Was it worth it? I'm serious. We need to know. Alyssa, was it worth it or not? I'm going to say probably not. Because I think that you're so ashamed and upset with yourself now that you're thinking, damn, I shouldn't have done that. You hear that, you guys? It was only worth it when she took the first line. You know why? Because when we use drugs, listen to this. We're searching for relief, right? We're searching for relief. And we think instant gratification, we're going to get our relief, right? We get that first little bit inside of us, and then it's all downhill from there. You know why, girlfriend? Because you got a head full of recovery, no. Now, you got a head full of recovery, and you got a heart full of love from other people who care about you. And now what are you going to do? Now all you can think about is recovery. No. No, my nose is not plugged. This is how I talk. Why do I sound funny? Oh, you're talking to Alyssa. Is her nose plugged? Ugh. I know cocaine would always make my nose like that, you guys. I hated that. I hated that. But once you start trying to get sober, you guys, unless you plan on staying gone and not coming back from an episode of use, then it usually sucks and it's not worth it. And that little bit of relief that you achieved, Alyssa, from that first line, I want you to know that you can get that same relief here with us. And you can find that same love and tolerance and support and good feelings from your higher power and from me and from all of us in recovery, because we love you and we want you to be healthy and happy. And we want you to, I want you to especially, I want you to be successful. I want you to be happy. Okay? Okay. So, sorry about that. I have to take that in the evening. It's just 1 milligram, but I'm trying to stay on my taper regimen. Okay. So, what else you want to talk about, Alyssa? I hope that helped a little bit, you guys. Hey, man, ketamine. I've heard people are doing ketamine infusions, and it helps a lot of people, so I ain't got nothing bad to say. Okay. You know, and Alyssa, your drug of choice was Xanax. So I was about to say, you know, sometimes, you guys, if you're trying to get sober and you're on opiates and you've tried and you've tried and you've tried, you know, trying MAT might help you if you're somebody who has struggled with opiate addiction. And you guys know I'm always here to support you and help you find resources. A lot of people have been reaching out to me lately, guys. And some people have been getting angry at me because I'm not getting to their messages fast enough, okay? Please don't be mad. I'm trying my best. What has been your biggest trigger during your recovery? Honestly, oh, I got a good one. When I lost my job, when I first got sober, I had like a year and a half sober. I lost my job working at Nukes. Yeah. The reason I lost my job is because I got into a fight with a coworker. And she pissed me off, and I went lunging for her and tried to attack her and take her to the ground and all this stuff, right? Well, when I got fired, I called my sponsor and I was crying because I was fired and I was tripping. And so that was one of the hardest times for me in recovery because I thought, oh my gosh, I might as well just go use, you know what I mean? But I didn't. I called my sponsor and I was okay. What are some red flags that a therapist isn't good? Coyote King. If there's tuna fish in the refrigerator, babe. If you see a therapist and they're not hearing your what you're saying, that's not a good therapist. You need somebody that you can communicate with. If you're seeing a therapist and you guys aren't on the same page and you're not able to communicate, then find a new therapist. And just so you guys know, those people who come in here they say snitch, I made it over to Teen TikTok about 2 weeks ago because I made a video about stash spots, okay? And that video blew up in the younger generation on TikTok. And it's just, that's what, you know, they're little kids, so it don't bother me none. It'd be different if it was like, they're just kids. Like, it's literally 14 and 15-year-old kids. So I just ignore them. There's so many comments on that video calling me a snitch, a Karen, all kinds of stuff. How old are you? Hey, Nichole. And I promise you guys, like, I'm the farthest thing from a snitch. I'm just trying to help people to understand that I believe, for me, if my parents had been able to intervene and were able to be more aware of what was going on in my life, that it could have been beneficial for me. My parents were so preoccupied with my sister and her mental health and her struggles that I was kind of like sliding underneath the radar. And it's because I was smart and I was hustling. You know what I mean? I was lying to my parents on purpose because I was getting high and I didn't want to tell them, you know? I have another question. I'm using marijuana as a crutch, but it's getting out of control. Alisha. And what? Okay, so, and now my hair is uneven and it mats up so much because of that. Do you have any tips? Because of what, H still? I didn't see your first comment, baby. Yeah, Alisha, I think you should. And this is why I say that. Because I will tell you guys, for about 30 days, I had medical marijuana gummies, okay? They were amazing. I absolutely loved the effects produced by these gummies. But what I found myself doing, and if you're honest with yourself like I'm honest with myself, you might be able to say the same, you did the same thing, is that I was taking more and more and more and more, trying to get the same effect that I got when I first started taking them. Because of course I had a tolerance building up to these little gummies. And so I found myself, I didn't want to do anything unless I could take a gummy before I went and did it. And so isn't that basically the same thing I was doing in my active addiction? Now, listen to me. If you're somebody who is a hardcore crackhead, heroin addict, crank addict, and you were injecting drugs every single day, and now you're using marijuana to get off those drugs, listen to me. I support you guys. You know I support anybody that's bettering their life. But for me, a person who has been in recovery for a little while, And I have to be honest with myself. I would have just, God, I would, y'all, I ate a whole pizza the second night I took them damn gummies. A whole pizza by myself. We had a pizza in the freezer, one of those little Tostino's pizzas about that big. It could feed 2 people. And I went down here, cooked the whole thing, and ate it all by myself. So, yeah. And I'm dependent on smoking something. And here's the thing, Shell. So, some people look at it like this, okay? Well, I was dependent on this, and I was able to get off that. And now I'm only dependent on medical marijuana. And if that's a step up in the right direction, then like I'm saying, I'm proud of you. Because I am on medication-assisted treatment, and it saved my life, you know? No, I don't know what Cellcept is. What's PMDD? Isn't that like pain before you get your period? I don't know what it is, but I think I might. I think I know what it is. That's right. Okay, so Shell, I totally understand that, you know. I'm somebody who has been on maintenance medication for 5.5 years and has abstained from everything else. And so I was stepping backwards by using it and like staying high all the time. You know what I'm saying? At least I felt like that. Oh, no, I don't have that. Or I don't think I do. Did you guys see the picture? Man, look at this, Neil. I made a video with Nate. Look. My angel saved me. God gave me my son while I was in addiction. I didn't think I'd ever get sober. In 2015, he was taken away from me. I immediately went to rehab, and I worked my butt off and got him back. Reunited forever. Hey. Yay! I'm so, my baby is everything, y'all. Reunited together forever.
I know. I thought it was funny though if you would have said reunited.
Oh, no.
I'm excited how you ate that fast.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up, girl. Premenstrual dysphoric disorder is a health problem that is similar to premenstrual syndrome but is more serious. Causes severe irritability, depression, or anxiety in the week or 2 before your period starts. Symptoms usually go away 2 to 3 days after your period. I don't, honestly, like I can always tell before my cycle comes because my back starts hurting really bad, my lower back, and I'll get like really tired and I'll want to like sleep in way more than normal, which, I mean, lately here because I work from home, I get out of bed later anyway because I can, but when I am on my period or I'm about to start my period, you can really tell because I'm like really don't feel good, you know what I mean? Okay, what else do you guys want to talk about? Give me something. Give me a question or a topic, and I'll help y'all out. Y'all know I'm a huge advocate for MAT. If you're a heroin addict or an opiate addict who's struggling, has not been able to get sober, I will help you find MAT if you need it. Hey, Shift Happens, what's up? Thank you. Oh, Vivian, yeah, I don't know how to get it though. If you have any information on how to get it, please let me know. Where can you find the where are you at, Bliss? Bliss, what state are you in? So, Long Island. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't, Long Island. Well, let's look, okay? I'm gonna teach y'all how to look for resources in your areas. Y'all want to see? Okay, here we go. So, this is what I do for people all the time whenever I'm looking for resources for people, okay? You know, I was born in West Islip, Long Island. Damn, I'm like really feeling my hair lately, you guys. I love it. This like straight down the middle part. I just need to get the layers right here so that way it's more like feathered around my face. Okay. Stop, y'all. Stop. Okay. Okay. I'm going to teach you guys how to find treatment in your area. So let me get y'all and point y'all to the screen. Okay. So we're at samhsa.org. And you're going to go right here to this find treatment. Treatment locators. We'll go to substance use treatment locator, okay? No, I'm not on Medicaid, but I might, Vivian, I'm actually having to apply for a different kind of insurance since my husband lost his job. So, what's your zip code, Bliss? Crap. I need a zip code. Hold up. Hey. Well, I'll just go like this. No, New York. Cállate, Paco. 11942. Okay, good. That's better. That makes it like a more, okay. So you put that there, okay? And then it shows 27 facilities within 25 miles. And you can even narrow down, and we'll say 5 miles, okay? Within 5 miles of where you're at. Here we go. Long Island Center for Recovery, Chemical Dependence, Inpatient Detox, right there. Long Island Center for Recovery, right there. Bada bing, bada boom, woman. And you just get on here and you call every one of those places until you find a treatment center in your area. Got it? Good. Anybody else got another state they want me to look up? Here, I'll show y'all. Let me think. There's so many places in California, so I'll look up some California places for y'all, okay? Anytime, and there's the website right there. samhsa.org. Colorado. Okay, 80720. 80720. Okay, here we go. And they even have ways to find MAT treatment places, you guys. So there's no reason. Listen to me right now, y'all. So you see that right there? Hold on. Okay, you see this right here? Buprenorphine. Buprenorphine Physician Treatment Locator. Okay, so they have MAT Treatment Locator too. Okay, so let's... Why is this doing that? Fucking stop. Okay. There we go. Get me mad. Oh, I'm already here. That's why. Let's go down to... Oh, no, I'm out. Where am I at? Find treatment. Substance abuse. There we go. Okay. (80720). 80720. Cállate, Paco. Okay, he's fine, y'all. Okay, so we'll look at... There is one facility within 25 miles. Damn, girl, that's it. Let's see if we can narrow down the search. 5. Nope. There's one facility that you guys must not have a lot. Let's go 50 miles out. There's 8 facilities 50 miles out from you, okay? So there you go. Centennial Mental Health Center. A Window of Hope Counseling. Advantage Treatment Center. All these, okay? So there you go. That's easy, okay, guys? So let's go back to finding treatment. Okay, and then what's the next one? Tennessee is 37388. Okay. And listen, this is the hard part. 37388. The hard part, you guys, is getting on the phone and calling every place and finding out if they, okay, so there's 34 facilities, okay? So look at all those places. Centerstone, Bradford Health, Coffee County Drug Court, Health Connect, and you just get on here and you call every single place, okay? You call every single place until you find a place, you guys. And that's what you do. When you're ready to get sober, you will go to any links to get sober and you call every place. Okay, what? 35640. Okay. 35640. Okay. Okay, so we'll even narrow down the search and we'll say 10 miles from that. Oh, you must be in a rural area. Okay, yeah, you must be in a rural area, huh, J Ship? Okay, so within 25 miles from you, you got 10 places, and then 38 within 50 miles, okay? So, yeah. Okay, you got Family Life Center Incorporated, Health Connect America, Wellstone Incorporated, Bridge Incorporated Recovery Center. Okay, and you guys listen to me, okay? Let me switch y'all around. Whenever I went to treatment, I'll tell y'all. Whenever I found treatment for myself, I had to do the same thing, you guys. My son got taken away from me. I'll do my own right here. My son got taken away from me, and I had to call every place because they wouldn't pay for my treatment because I had insurance. The CPS wouldn't pay for my treatment. And so let's go ahead. Let's see what they got here in Little Rock, okay? We got Life Strategies Counseling, Addiction and Mental Health, Bradford, Oasis. That's where I went, Oasis Renewal Center. In fact, I'll show y'all what treatment center I went to. Let me let my dog in. Come on. Come on, head up. All right. I'll show y'all the treatment center I went to, okay? Oh, yeah, I will upload this video to YouTube later. Good. Thank you, Christian. Okay, so I went to Oasis, and I will show you guys. It was super nice, okay? So, I'll read to you what they say. I hate this. My phone is messing up. Sorry, guys. Okay, treatment home, family services. So it says, applications are closely monitored. Applicants and their families are provided with information. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Do not show this again. Okay. Treatment. This place was like a log cabin in Little Rock, Arkansas. Yeah, it's so easy, you guys. And that's why I tell you guys, you don't have to worry about, hey, Kayla, thanks for the presents, girl. You don't have to be looking for help from somebody like me. You can literally find treatment for yourself on your own. So let me read to you about Oasis. A proven model for long-lasting recovery. A co-occurring disorder program is designed for men and women age 18 and older and is based on a strong foundation in the recovery model of substance use disorder treatment, which emphasizes the 12-step concept. Evidence-based techniques and programming such as motivational interviewing and cognitive behavioral therapy are integrated into the diverse mix of treatment. Programming at Oasis is designed to help individuals develop the motivation and tools to achieve long-lasting recovery. So, honestly, I wish that I could have found a treatment center that wasn't 12-step based, because it just, 12-step, I just, for a person who needs, I believe, okay, that 12 steps is great for when you get out of treatment, but when you're in treatment, you need to be like immersed in therapy, immersed in counseling. I feel like 12 steps should be after that if you want to. But oh my God, I love Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia. Do not let me go. How could I have missed you? Or Mamma Mia. Me and my best friend Scott, he's gay. We went to see Mamma Mia when it first came out in the movie theater. Yes, I've been broken hearted down since the day we started. Oh no. Dun 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 dun. Mamma Mia. Okay. Y'all can, nobody can break me down. You see, we're not going to let nobody discourage us, you guys, because we have come so far. I have come too far in my life to allow people to bring me down. Do you know what I'm saying? I was really discouraged when I heard that there was people in the recovery community here on TikTok talking bad about me. It hurt my feelings. You know, but I thought about it for a little while, and that's when I realized what they're saying about me, you guys, it's not a reflection of the person I am. It says more about them than it does me. So it's unfortunate that those girls have to do that. You know what I mean? Because all I've done is try to be kind. That's all. I haven't tried to hurt anybody. I've only offered support, you know? And so when people come at me, it's unneeded. It's unneeded, you know? So we're 15, got my kids back January. That's awesome, Pocket Monster. Congratulations, girl. I'm proud of you, dude. I know how hard that is. Congratulations. Hey, Eric, what's up? That's awesome, Vicky. Congratulations on your trip, girl. That's really awesome. You know, it's a new thing whenever you're doing sober trips, you know? Let me tell y'all about my trip last year to California to work with Dr. B. I was so nervous, you guys. I was so nervous because I had never flown since I was a kid. I hadn't flown since I was a kid. And, hey, Lauren, thank you. And I was super nervous. I was like nervous because I thought my anxiety was going to be so bad and you know, that is something that I would relapse over, anxiety, you know what I mean? And so when I went to California, I made it and I was safe. And when I got there, you guys, it was the best time I've ever had. Hey, Diana, I will be in California April 4th, Sunday. In fact, I need to find somebody to pick me up from the airport. But I'm going to be with Dr. B. Hopefully me and Dr. B will be able to make some fucking bomb-ass TikToks, you guys. We're going to make some YouTube videos. It's just going to be really freaking cool, y'all. And like I said, all of this could not have happened if I didn't change my life and get sober, okay? All of this wouldn't have been possible if I didn't turn my life around. Titty Slayer 3000! I'm so glad you're here. What's up, Titty Slayer? I gotta find out what time I land. Are you close to the John Watson, whatever that airport is at in Santa Ana? Because that's where I'm landing at. Any tips on how to get sober? Girl, we've been talking about tips this whole time. I wish you were in here earlier, but yeah. Keep snitching on your addiction. Reach out. Don't be ashamed. Get involved. Get right in the middle of your sobriety, okay? Find a solid, sober network of people that you can lean on for your sobriety and help them, and they will help you. It's super important to get involved, you guys, especially when you're new in your recovery. Okay? I hope that helped. I would love to collab with those girls, Jessica Kent and Colin Ray. I would love to do that. It would be so much fun. I don't even think they know who I am. Okay, if you're 15 years old, you need to talk to your parents, okay? You need to let your mom and dad know that you're struggling with addiction. It's super important because you need to go ahead and get help now while you're young. What happened, man? Why have you had a bad day? Come on, open up about it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I wish that I could help you, you know, but with you being so young, you really need to talk to your mom and dad or a guidance counselor, okay? I will tell you this. If you were 18, I wouldn't mind talking with you, but I can't be talking to kids that are underage. I don't want to get in trouble, you know? Yeah, there's no reason to be ashamed. I have a pimple on my back of my neck, y'all. It's driving me crazy. It really is bothering me. Let me tell you, I had a kid reach out to me, you guys, over the weekend, or last week, and he's young, 18, and he was on parole for attempted murder. He has 3 ankle monitors on, and he reached out to me because he's addicted to fentanyl. And I talked to him, and I got him to call his probation officer, and his probation officer is helping get him into treatment. Isn't that awesome? So anything is possible, you guys. Don't be ashamed, okay? Don't be ashamed. Shame keeps you sick, all right? Shame keeps you sick. Sorry, my hair is just super, like, feeling good today. And I've been to treatment so many times and stuff. Is the devil, seriously? Hey, what's up? Is that it's Isaiah? Is that what your name is? What's your name? So, fentanyl. If you need help, where do you live, man? What state are you in? Hey, Trishy. Welcome to the stream, girl. Don't worry, we got your back. It's you know, we wouldn't be human if we didn't have bad days, you know? And so to have the expectation that every day is going to be a good day, that's unrealistic. So allow yourself to have a bad day. Allow yourself to lay down and do self-care and relax and chill. Do you know what I'm saying? That is going to make you feel so much better. In fact, if I was you, you know what I would do? I would go light a candle in my bedroom. I would take myself a hot bath. I would do a face mask, and I would pop on my favorite Netflix movie. I'm from Washington, never a day. I'm not sober. I've tried Suboxone, but it just gives me so much anxiety. Washington. Okay, so I would love to help you, okay? So if you want me to help you, you can reach out to me. I'm not going to chase you down. You can DM me, and I'll help you, okay? I'll help you find treatment, and you can do this. So what you got to do is you got to stop telling yourself that you can't do this and that you're not going to get sober, all right? Because you can and you will, and you have to, all right? You're only 18. You don't want to die. You don't want to die. I heard Suboxone withdrawal is as bad as H. Eric, only if you're jumping off a high amount of milligrams and not tapering, yeah, it's not fun. But if you taper, ain't nothing but a thing. A lot of people, they say this, and it makes me so upset when they say stuff like that, because it actually deters people from getting help, you know? Not saying that I'm upset with you or anything. I'm just saying in general. And I promise you guys, if you follow your doctor's orders and you taper low and slow, you will be just fine, okay? Trust me on this. Trust me. All right? All right. If I do drugs when I come off, it's like I color highs and lows. Yeah, I think a lot of people are misdiagnosed when they're in early sobriety with bipolar because of the drugs, you know? Vicky, that's great. Where are you at right now? What milligram you got to? And like I said, you guys, let's talk about Suboxone, okay? It is a process, tapering, okay? And like I was telling y'all earlier, I have gone up and back and up and back on my 2 milligrams. And you know what? Anytime, Trishy. Thanks for coming in, girl. You know what? I don't beat myself up at all. Because I've already accomplished so much. And so have you. Hey, Heather. What's up, girl? You have already accomplished so much. Just by taking a step in the right direction and getting on MAT to change your life and get sober. Okay? And so take it easy on yourself. You didn't get addicted overnight, did you? Hey, Ian's mommy, that's awesome. That's a great idea. So here's the thing, okay? If you're having a problem with taking the medication and you don't let it dissolve all the way, then it might not be working. Me too, ma'am. The Suboxone shot. Hey, Chocolate, what's up, girl? The Suboxone shot is Sublocade, and it's a once-a-month injection. You start out with 100 milligrams of buprenorphine, and then you go the next month to 300. And you can continue getting the shot once every 30 days because the medication builds up in your system and releases over time, evenly. Hey, yeah, it does feel better talking about it, doesn't it? That's what you got to do, man. Listen to me, you guys. Do you think I got to where I'm going? Do you think I've gotten to where I've gone over being quiet? I talk about it all the time. And that Suboxone shot is a game changer. I have had so many friends who were on the strips or the pills, and they were struggling to take their medication as prescribed, and they got on the shot, and it changed their life, y'all. Changed their life. It helped them. And it helped them to not have to worry about overtaking their medicine or missing their dose. So, I will tell you this, though. Like for me, I can't get on the Sublocade shot because I'm only on 2 milligrams of Suboxone. That Sublocade shot is equal to, think, 16 milligrams, 12 to 16 milligrams. But if you are around that much, or even if you're on 8 milligrams, it's a great idea to get on it, to not have to worry about dosing every day. I'm telling you guys. Dr. B, the doctor I work for, gives the Sublocade shot too. Diane, are you still in here? Diane is going to get it done, I think. Dayna. Oh, it'll be fine. You'll be just fine, Ian. Ian's mommy. You'll be just fine. Yeah, are you going to get the shot, Diana? Diana sees Dr. B, y'all. Oh, Diana. I sent your 30-day video to Dr. B and Alexis, too. What was your question, baby? I didn't see it. H. Steele. The only question I seen was something about hair, but I didn't see it. Any of the rest. What state is Dr. B in? He is in Santa Ana, California. Diana, I'm so excited for you, girl. You're going to be just fine, okay? I'm going to be there. You're going to call me when you get out of surgery, okay? And you're going to let me know how you're doing and how you're feeling. And we're going to ride the wave together, girl. Diana's getting carpal tunnel surgery, y'all. I do. I work from home. I am flying out there, though. April 4th, I'll be there. Y'all will see me because I'm going to be making videos with Dr. B. I have to get down there and help in the office and make videos. Rosemary, working from home has been like a blessing. You know, Heather, I never had a problem waking up feeling sick because Suboxone, it lasts such a long time. But I do know a couple people who had overactive thyroids and they would run, their body would burn the medicine off too fast. Was that what was happening with you? Are any of you guys in California? We should have a California meetup. Would y'all be down for that? I want to have a meetup. We can meet up and have a get together at my hotel. We'll order out. Eric, are you going to come meet me? You going to come up to the doctor's office and meet me? Or are you going to be lame and not? You're only like 30 minutes away, right? San Diego. Sorry, y'all. I'm eating tuna. Just so y'all know. I've had to have a hair follicle before. And I had no problems. I stopped using and I was fine. Ian's mommy. If the recovery community does something on the East Coast, I will definitely do that. With the hair follicle test, I had stopped using, and they gave me one. I was 90 days I had been sober or something like that. Okay, Eric, I understand. I won't bust your balls. We are having a get-together. Your hair mats up in a ball. From what? What are you talking about, girl? I don't even know what you're talking about. Hey, Amy. Like, I don't even know why. What does your hair matting up in a ball have? What? What? Me, April from APTV, Tara from TA Cook and B Magic. We are all going to have a get together in Texas too. In July 4th. And I'm going to go down there with my son and we're all going to stay the night and hang out and have a barbecue. And make TikTok videos. You see all the bigger creators that have like 1 million followers getting together? Well, baby, us recovery people are going to do it. Hey, Brenda, what's up, girl? So what I'm going to do is before I say goodbye tonight, we're going to do a meditation and then I'm going to tell you a story time. Hold on. Here we go. Y'all ready? Let me see where it picks me. Bada bing. Okay. Here we go, guys. Sometimes when I'm unhappy with my situation, I feel that God is punishing me. Once again, I've lost my image of a loving God and need to recover it. It helps to call my sponsor who reminds me that God is not a terrorist. I read my book and go to extra meetings. Mostly, I walk beside the river and talk with God about how afraid I am. I watch the water and thank God for the good things in my life. Recovery, the gift of the 12 steps, creativity, and the joy I have in expressing it. My loving Al-Anon family. After I've talked it through, I sit and wait until I feel God's healing touch reassuring me, drying my tears. The funny thing is that after I'm through those hard times, I never truly remember the pain. What I remember is the sunshine on the water, the peace of the moment, the love of my higher power, wrapping around me as tangibly as the sunshine. The pain is gone, but the increased trust in my higher power remains. Today's reminder: when faced with difficult or painful situations, I can remember that a loving God is always here for me, always available as a source of comfort, guidance, and peace. No one is alone if they've come to believe in a power greater than themselves. So, none of us are alone. And if you're unhappy with your situation, do something about it. Make a change. If you're not sober and you're tired of living your life in active addiction, guess what, baby? It's time to make a change. If you're in a relationship with a significant other who doesn't appreciate you, this is your sign to make a change. Okay? Okay. In fact, now we're going to talk about making a change the hard way. Drum roll, please. This story is about my first boyfriend, Robert. I met Robert. I was 17 years old. I was a junior in high school. Robert went to Hot Springs. He was best friends with this guy, William, and Sean. And I knew them all. Well, I met him through them. And we fell in love. He was my first boyfriend. My first real boyfriend. And he was the first guy that I had sex with. So it was a big deal. Our relationship was unhealthy from the get-go because he was really hard on me about my weight. And I was really hard on myself about my weight. I'd always struggled with fluctuating up and down, up and down, up and down. Oh, they're fresh, Allie. They're fresh, and I got tuna, and I'm dipping them in tuna. But now I'm not going to eat anymore. That's enough. I was fluctuating up and down. Oh, he would make little comments like, Nicole, if you just lose 5 pounds, you would be perfect. Okay? Sorry. And this is before I started using drugs. This is important for y'all to hear this, okay? So, this is before I started using. So, I started smoking marijuana with him and his friends. Marijuana wasn't nothing but a thing, right? I could take it or leave it. I didn't really too much care for it like I did, other stuff. And I hadn't really tried anything yet. And so then I started drinking alcohol. Well, alcohol was another thing. I loved to drink. I loved to check out of life. I loved to just be wild and free. You know what I mean? And so me and alcohol, we got along good. I would go to parties. We had the coolest fucking hotel room parties, y'all. Like I said, 17, 18, 19-year-old kids. Shacked up in these hotel rooms in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And we thought we was so cool. So, we were kind of cool, though. We were kind of cool. So, we're doing our thing, having our hotel room parties, being mischievous, getting into all that kind of stuff. And one night, it was a big-ass party after a football game. Some kids from another school came to our party. Some older kids. And they had cocaine. And I remember sitting down at the bed and them doing a line out on the book. And I said, Nichole, you want to try one? And without hesitation, I said, well, sure I do. Hook me up. And that was when I did my first line of cocaine. Now, the moment that cocaine hit my system, it was love at first sight. The feelings it gave me, the energy, the lack of appetite, I just knew it. This was going to be something I enjoyed. And so I did. I continued using cocaine and I seeked it out. I looked for it, right? I looked for it. Well, shortly after that, I went to my doctor because I was really depressed and I had gained about 20 pounds. And so me and my mom went to my doctor and my doctor wrote me a prescription for Adipex. When I got that Adipex prescription, it was like a kid in a candy store. Now, I don't have to do cocaine. I got legal speed right here in my purse. I got my own prescription. And, hey Lauren, thanks girl. I started taking those pills and they started knocking the weight off. And so Robert started saying, girl, I'm so proud of you. You look so good. You're doing such a good job. And we had started to have sex. We had just started having sex. And so I was very self-conscious about getting naked with him. I was young and I wasn't even fat, you guys. I was like 130 pounds, okay? I wasn't even fat. And so we had started having sex. And I remember one night I was laying on the floor and I was on my stomach. And I remember my spine, you could literally feel my spine poking out of my back, right? I remember him saying to me, Nichole, 5 more pounds and you'll be perfect. Perfect. That stuck with me. And that's when I started using methamphetamine. Methamphetamine at 17 and a half, 18 years old. And I went and I continued to use methamphetamine well into my 30s. I have had an eating disorder that stemmed from my childhood and this relationship since I can remember. And that shame that I felt about eating and gaining weight and going to the doctor and getting diet pills and trying to be skinny for my boyfriend, like I still struggle with that so much. Well, me and Robert, we were not meant to be together, and I was very promiscuous because I was doing drugs, and I started cheating on him with different guys, and he ended up catching me. He caught me, and what I mean by caught me is he found out from some friends that I was hooking up with this other guy named Clarence, and so when he found that out, he got pissed. And he broke up with me. And when I tell you guys, I thought that I was going to die. I thought that I couldn't live my life another day without Robert. And so I went into a deep depression. For a whole year, I cried every night when I went to sleep over this guy. And it took me a whole year to get over him. And then I met LD. But that relationship was toxic for me. It was toxic for me. I honestly can say this with straight up facts. If I had never started dating him, I would have never gone on stimulants. I would have never used drugs because I might have, but I wouldn't have gone to the extent that I did with him. Everybody gave me praise when I was skinny. Everybody told me how beautiful I was and how great I looked. And then when I got sober and I started gaining weight, people stopped praising me. And you know how it makes me feel? Like I'm not beautiful because I'm overweight. But I'm sober. I'll have 6 years July 13th. But do you know what it feels like to have everybody telling you how pretty you are when you know you're snorting and shooting fucking meth and cocaine and crack? Chris, go on your app store and there's hundreds. It's so uncomfortable. I was sick and underweight at 35. Now I'm clean and I'm happy and healthy. That's awesome, Destiny. I don't know what kilograms are, but I'm sure it's great. And I want to love myself at my size that I am right now. But it's hard, y'all. It's hard because I feel insecure. I feel insecure about my weight. I would be lying to you if I didn't. And people that want to hurt me know that. And they try to use it to hurt me. Like the girl I told you about earlier today, who was talking about my weight and trying to act like she was trying to help me. But when in all actuality, she was saying it to me to hurt me, you know? She was not doing it because she wanted to support me. And I hate that shit. I hate that shit. You know, it's different when you actually know somebody and you want to support them. But when you're just doing it to hurt them, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I would rather be chunky, okay, and sober than to be skinny and high. So that's where I've gotten to. You know what I mean? I know I'm pretty, y'all. I know I'm beautiful. Okay? I know I am. I don't think I'm not beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I am not over here fishing for compliments, okay? But I'm telling you, like, it is hard because it's like everywhere you look, you guys, it's like people that are skinny and perfect. To act like you don't know. Everywhere you look, it's girls that have BBLs and liposuction, and they have gotten like all this work done, and they've gotten all this stuff done, and the lips plumped, and it's like almost so hard to find women that are just natural, that you can relate to. Do you know what I'm saying? And I want to be somebody who is natural, that other women can say, okay, like that's somebody that I can, you know, that I can say, okay, I want to get to this point. You know what I'm saying? Oh, TikTok Queenie, girl, I hate that people do that to you. That makes me so upset. Hey, Kathy, thank you, girl. And you know what? People could ask me the same thing. I got pot belly, y'all. Asked by Nicole, what's your hair routine? I'm so jealous of your hair. Well, you want to know what I looked like when I was using? Let me pull up some pictures for y'all. What I do with my hair is I blow dry it, or I wash it, and I blow dry it, and I put conditioner. I always use conditioner and shampoo, and I just straighten my hair. You know, I don't use like a super fancy straightener, you guys. I run a straightener through it just to soften it and make it, you know, a little bit more manageable because of the dye that I put through my hair, which I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm trying to let it all grow out. That has made it frizzy, so when I run a straightener through it, it makes it smooth. You know what I mean? But let me show y'all some pictures of me in active addiction. All right? Not every day. I washed it today. Tomorrow I won't wash it. And the next day I won't wash it. So I wash it every 2 days. Me too, girl. Me too. I have athletic legs and all that stuff. And I'm telling you guys, if you want to have shiny hair, you know what we're gonna do, you guys? This is what we're gonna do. Tomorrow, I'll get the products and we can do our hair care together. Okay? There are like these conditioning masks that you can use, and this Olaplex oil stuff that is amazing. It's kind of expensive, but it's worth it, and you can get it from Sephora. Okay? Okay. Let me show y'all some active addiction pictures. I run my fingers through my hair all the time too. A lot, you guys. I don't understand what you're saying. Your hair mats up from all the hair follicles. What are you talking about, girl? You gotta brush your hair. Brush it then, baby. That's why it's matting up. Are you not brushing it? Are you laying on it and just letting it, you know, get all... And listen, when they cut my hair follicle test, they only cut a little bit. They didn't cut a bunch of it. Okay. Okie dokie. Let me show you all this stuff. It's way down on my... I have to find my... It's my old Instagram. Y'all are going to be like, damn, girl. There it is. Nikki D's. Okay. Y'all want to see what I look like in active addiction? Here we go. Can y'all guess which person I am? That's me. I was in active meth addiction there. That's me. My sister Christine. My sister Michelle. My dad and my mom. Nicole. Me and my husband in active addiction. You see that? Me and my husband in active addiction. That's me. Look at my eyes. See that? Look at that. You can see it's like I have no soul in my eyes. There's me and my husband in active addiction. Me and my husband. Oh, sorry guys. That's me and my sisters. That's me. I remember this time in particular, I was with this guy named Jared, and I shot heroin up that night. I'll tell y'all the story. It was this night that I wore this hat, this earrings, everything. I met this guy, and he was like, hey, do you want to go get some H? And I was like, H? I've never done H before. You know what I mean? And, but I was like, sure, let's do it. And so we went to meet this guy, and he brought these little capsules full of this tan colored powder. Well, I got a capsule and he got a capsule, and I dumped out half of it and did the shot, and it knocked me on my ass. That's me in active addiction. And let me show you this. I want y'all to look at my forehead, okay, and see all the acne and I was just, look how sunk in my eyes were. I was just, it makes me sad, because you guys, I could do better, you know. There's me and Neil. I've been with my husband since we were both in active addiction together. Here's another picture of me in active addiction. I was shooting a lot of methamphetamine up at this time. I was shooting up so much all the time, every day, all day, to where I was just like, out of my mind. Just to put things into perspective, that's how small I was. And I thought that I was so fat. And I thought that I was so ugly. I was on IV oxy, IV heroin, IV methamphetamine. I ate Xanaxes all the time. I was addicted to so much benzos, y'all. I was strung out on benzos bad. That was me and my friend Nichole, the girl I told you guys that I moved in with. And when LD and me broke up, that's my sister Michelle. And we were using together. That was me. Look at my face. Okay, I was on a bad meth binge. I went over to my sister's house and she was going through all her clothes. And she was like, you can have my dresses that don't fit me. And so I was trying all her dresses on, spun and done. So high. Do you see the blankness in my eyes? There was nothing there. No soul. I was just dead inside. This one you can really tell in my eyes. Look how wild my eyes were. You can just tell by looking in my eyes. That's me and my brother-in-law. What led me to addiction? It was a combination of things. That's my friend Kaylee. I used to sleep on her couch. And her boyfriend Hunter would drive me to work every day before I got fired. That's her and Hunter and me. I was young when I started using. I was young when I started using. I was 17 years old. I was just getting high, having a good time with my friends. Little did I know that it was going to turn into a fucking 13 years long IV drug addiction. I got to a point where I lost everything and I would do anything to get drugs. This time right here, I took this picture. I had just set up my room in my friend Tanya's trailer. She let me move in with her. I had just lost my car. It got impounded. And she was taking me back and forth to Kroger. And I was working there, still holding on to my job, barely though. And I was shooting oxy every single day. Eating benzos, shooting meth. Oh, I was at the doctor's office and me and Neil were together and he took me for a woman's checkup, a pap smear. And I just looked like shit. Okay, that's me and my friend Chaz. Remember the story I told you guys when I called the police on myself because we heard somebody out the back door behind the house? This was the motherfucker that I was with. Me and my husband were over at his house, and me and Chaz got so freaked out, we called the police on ourselves. And when the police got there, my husband was smoking out of the bowl, and they knocked on the door, and my husband stuck the bowl in his sock, and it burned a hole through his skin. True story. Okay. Patrick was his name. Here's the guy that I shot heroin with, Patrick. There's me. Did I ever see dead people? No, but I saw demons, and we called them the Nietzsches. This guy was Potter, and he was my friend Joe with the one leg's best friend, and we were helping him pack to move. Yeah, the cops didn't even come in. They just checked around the house, and there was nobody there, so they left. Isn't that crazy? So I had just pierced myself. My friend did right there. I'm glad I didn't keep it because it looked ugly as hell, but I was high then too. Are any of these people still alive? Honestly, I don't know if Patrick's still alive. Potter, I think he's back in prison. Joe, I don't know if you guys remember, but today I told you guys I called Joe today to see how he was doing, and he's getting high, and so I told him if he ever needed help that he could reach out, and I would help him find a treatment center that I would help him get into treatment where I worked. Now, can you see this picture right here? This is me sober. I was living in the sober living house, and we were going bowling with the recovery house. See that? That's sober Nichole. This is sober Nichole right before I met Tyler, the guy that took me and shot me up with cocaine while we were driving and threw my purse out the window. Now, that was me at my friend Scott's house. I was still sober there. Sober here. That's me sober. I was tanning a whole bunch, so my skin was super dark. And I was like in between relapses, so I had just had a really bad breakout. But I got my hair highlighted, and I was living in the sober living house, and I felt so good. I was like, this is it. I'm not going to go back. I'm going to stay sober this time. You know what I mean? And I really wanted to stay sober. That's why when people tell me, like, you have to be willing. Oh, you must have not been willing enough. No, I wanted to get sober every single time I tried. I was willing. I did want to change. Every time. Now, this guy right here is the guy, Tyler, who shot me up with the cocaine and tried to hold me hostage at my friend Chaz's house. Threw my purse out the car window and took my SIM card out of my phone and was freaking me out. I thought he was going to kill me, you guys. I thought he was going to kill me. Now, this is me sober. Like, again, I was living at the sober living, and we were on a Target run. Yes, I shot coke, I shot crack, I shot meth, I shot heroin, oxy. That's me sober, living at the sober house. This is me on the brink of a relapse, living at the sober house with Tyler. That's me sober. Sober. I was playing fast pitch softball. See, I used to smoke them damn cigarettes. Shooting coke is the worst, dude, because it lasts like 1 second. Sober, living at the sober living house. You can just see him. Now, this I had relapsed. We were over at Gerald's house. This is the day that I shot Suboxone. And I'm telling you guys, that was some dumb shit. We had relapsed, and we were over at Gerald's. No, that's not the guy who stole my car. That's Star. Star was trans and such a sweetheart. See, hanging at the Berg. Williamsburg was the sober living house. Honestly, shooting Suboxone did nothing for me. I didn't get any kind of feelings from it. Right here, we were house sitting for Joe. Joe with the one leg that I always tell you about. And probably on the brink of a relapse. So, that is all of the pictures, you guys. That's my old Instagram. My old Instagram. The highest I've ever been was, okay, the highest I've ever been was the first time I injected methamphetamine and one time that I injected cocaine, and I literally crappie flopped. I fell out because it was so strong. Y'all are amazing. What do you have to do, sober living house, in order to graduate the program? Well, honestly, at the program I was in, I had to stay sober, okay? Stay sober. I had to get a sponsor. I had to get a job. Hold on, you guys. My dog's blind, so she might not. What, Jenna? You okay? Okay. Get a job. I had to. Thanks, Team Hughes. I appreciate that compliment, man. You can keep going, Linda. You can. Thanks, Sybil. I'm glad I'm sober too, you guys. I had to get a job. I had to do the Maurice, I've been trying to give you a chance, man, but you just keep on saying dumb shit. So I'll see you later, fucker. Obviously, this is what we're talking about. I'm sharing my story, man, of how I've gotten sober. If you think that's self-absorbed, pull the stick out of your own ass, okay? Addicts and alcoholics help each other by sharing our experience. We share what we've been through, okay? If you can't understand that, then fuck off. You're not wanted here. He's been here the whole time trolling, and I was giving him a chance, and I was being nice. But that's the beautiful thing about social media, you guys, is that I don't have to tend to your rude ass shit. And so people like that do not have any place here. They will be taken out. How can I help my brother? I'm scared. I've already lost my mom. I don't want to lose him too. Hey, Caitlin, that's an awesome question. Okay, so is your brother staying in sober living? I think that's what she said, huh? Hey, Johnny, encourage your brother to go all in with his sobriety, okay? He needs to be in some kind of therapy program, like seriously, okay? Like if you can help him get into therapy, that would be one of the first steps I would do. I would also encourage him to get involved in a recovery program, whether it be a 12-step program, whether it be a Celebrate Recovery, Refuge Recovery, MARA. These are all recovery support groups. Also, Caitlin, I want to encourage you to do Al-Anon or Narcanon. It will change your life, okay? It will help you so much to be able to help your brother in a healthy way. After Christmas, and I haven't heard from him since. He usually does this when he... Now, if he ran off and you haven't heard from him, call him, see if you can get a hold of him, see if you can find him, and tell him, brother, I'm not mad at you. I'm not disappointed in you. I'm not judging you. I'm calling you because I care. And I want you to be okay. And if you need help and you're ready, then I'm here to support you. And then let's start doing the damn thing. And you can advocate for him. I was just showing everybody on here earlier how to find treatment in your area. So I will show you too. So treatment or sober living, whatever you want to do. What you do is you be proactive, okay? And you advocate for yourself. So you come to this website right here, SAMHSA, and you click it. Okay. Then you go over here and you say, find treatment, practitioner training, public message, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go to finding treatment, okay? And then you're going to go to substance use treatment locator. And then you will go down here and you will type in your zip code. Little Rock, Arkansas for me. Search 25 miles within. And here we go, girl. We got all these facilities in my area. What's your zip code? What's your zip code, Caitlin? And here's the thing. What you got to understand is that if he's not ready to get sober, then all you can do is encourage him to make changes, okay? Encourage him to take the next step towards his sobriety. One of the things that 89086. Okay, one of the things that would drive me crazy with my family is I didn't like it when they like poked and prodded me all the time, right? Showing 48 facilities within 25 miles, okay? And so look at all these facilities, girl. All you got to do is say, brother, are you ready and willing to change? And then you go on here and you start calling every single place until you find, look at all those places. There's 5 fucking pages of places. Hey, Prince of the Dead, sorry, bud, but I'm going to have to knock you out of here because we're not talking about Crips and Cribs, okay? Bye. There's so many different places in here, and you just call and find one that will take him. And this is my suggestion to you. You find a program that'll take him, and then you make sure that that program also has an exit plan where they can do IOP, and which is intensive outpatient treatment, and sober living after they get out of treatment. So we can all advocate for our loved ones and help them, right? But we can't make them do it. And so you find the place and you tell them, hey, brother, I've got the place if you're ready to go. You know, make it as easy as you can for him to just be able to walk right in and choose recovery. You know, because a lot of addicts, when they're struggling in their active addiction, hey, Pop Hans, when they're struggling in their active addiction, the last thing that they want to do is look for treatment centers to go to. And honestly, it can be hard for them to even focus on that kind of stuff. So knock it out, get what you need to get done, find them the support they need, and then rock and roll. I work with getting people into treatment all day long, okay? Somebody can change their mind in the blink of a second. I know, believe me. In fact, I'll tell y'all a story. I had a lady reach out today. She lives in Northern California. Our treatment center is in Southern California. When she called me, her son was ready to go to treatment. She was ready to send me the payment for his treatment and his bed and drive him down and drop him off, right? And I was getting it all lined up. Then the next thing I know, bam, she texts me back and she says, my son said he will not go now. And so I have to be ready on a dime. I'm like, okay, that's okay. We'll make a change. Whenever you're ready, you call me back and I'll be ready for him. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be there to support you. Now, you can find free treatment, Allison. You have to look for it, though. You have to intentionally find free treatment. Most treatments, just like you go to the hospital, it's a health service, so it costs money. So if you have insurance, what you'll do is you'll send your insurance to the treatment center and they can check your verification of benefits. And whenever your benefits verify that, you can use that towards your treatment. If you don't have insurance, then that's where you got to get online on that SAMHSA and type in free treatment, okay? And look for treatment centers that are scholarshiping or 100% free or state funded. But there are treatment centers out there available. You just have to do the work. I have went to I've been to 6 treatments, but I've been to 3 that were free. 3 that were free. Okay, and I worked my ass off to find those places so I could go into them. And I was a resourceful drug addict. I found those places on my own and got in. But I'll tell you, with the normal price, 30-day residential treatment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000 per 1 month. It's about $1,000 to $1,500 a day. Now, the treatment center I work for isn't that much because it's an intensive outpatient treatment center. So it's not like 30-day residential. I was lucky to get in free, but Yeah. You have to add yourself to a waiting list. And so you can do that. You can call and say, please put me on the waiting list, you know? No, I would not recommend Adipex. It's legal speed. I bet your job kind of puts you on an emotional roller coaster. Tammy, I love my job, but yes, I get so invested in people. In fact, let me tell you all a story. So last year in like March, a guy called me. He was strung out on methamphetamine, hallucinating, like just his story was so much like mine, right? And I was like, okay, man, let's get you in to see Dr. B. And so him and his girlfriend came in to see Dr. B. Well, he was supposed to follow through and do IOP and come live in our sober living. And he didn't end up following through. So from March of 2020 until March of 2021, I called this guy two times a month to check on him and text him to see how he was doing. Hey man, I'm just checking on you. You doing okay? This March, I texted him and he called me back and he said, I'm ready. And guess what? He's in sober living, going to treatment with Dr. B right now. But it took me a whole motherfucking year to get that full to commit. And I stuck with it. And that's what I do. People call me. I write down their information. I don't bother them, but I stay connected with them. I let them know that I'm there when they're ready. I'm not one of those people that just calls like I'm a 1-800 number, but I just send them texts to let them know I'm thinking about them, to let them know that I've been where they're at and I know what it's like, and that if they're ready, I'm here to help them. You know what I mean? My depression is really bad again. I can't stop drinking. I keep going so long and I keep coming back. Hey, Matthew, what's up, babe? Mine was free. So. Why can't you go to treatment, Matthew? We are about to hit 50K on TikTok, you guys, and I'm so fucking excited. Like, you guys have changed my life. You have no idea how grateful I am. Hey, sober wife. What's up, girl? Thank you. And you're right about not hounding them, but staying in their life. Yes. And see, there's a difference between, like, actually really caring about somebody and just, like, I'm not trying to, like, take advantage of people. You know, like, they come to me wanting to see Dr. B, and I want to work with them. You know what I mean? Hey, Jalen. What's up, girl? Trying to get clean now. I've been successful for a few months. That's awesome, girl. I'm happy people are getting to see your content. Me too, Shal. Hey, Sybil, I'm disabled on top of it. You're doing great, Caitlin. Just keep on going. I've been wanting to go, but I'm scared because I don't want my life to be over. Well, Matthew, I'm about to hit you with some truth. You ready, baby? If you continue drinking, your life will be really over because you will die of cirrhosis of the liver. Do you know what it's like to die of cirrhosis of the liver? Do you know that it's a slow death? Let me tell you a story, Matthew, about a girl that I was in treatment with back in 2015. I can't remember her name for the life of me, but she was beautiful. She had long, raven black, straight hair. She had green eyes, and her skin was like milk. It was like she had porcelain skin, right? She was an alcoholic. When she came into the treatment center, her eyes were this yellow. The whites of her eyes were yellow like this. Yellow. By 20 days into treatment, her eyes had turned back to the regular color and they were looking a lot better. We graduated treatment together and we all started going to the same meeting, Alcoholics Anonymous. And I would see her here and there and I was, what's up, girl? What's up, girl? Well, I went back to the meeting a month later and she wasn't there anymore. So I started asking everybody, hey, have you seen so-and-so? Have you seen so? And that's when they sat me down and they told me, Nichole, she relapsed and she drank herself to death. She was in the last stages of cirrhosis of the liver. and she was waiting on a transplant. And the only way she could get a transplant is if she maintained her sobriety. She relapsed, and it killed her. So, it's like this. You can have no life drinking alcohol and slowly kill yourself, or you can choose life and get help. So it might be hard to disconnect from everybody and be somewhere that you're not comfortable being, but I'm going to tell you this right now. It's worth it. I needed to go into treatment because I needed to disconnect from everywhere I was at. And for someone who is an alcoholic, you need to detox safely under medical care. Understand me? You have to have people that can make sure that you're safe and taken care of. And so I'm not trying to be hard on you, Matthew, but I just want you to know that you deserve sobriety. You deserve to live a long life and be successful and have family and make kids if you don't already have babies. So man, I would, if I were you, like I was saying, I would get onto that samsha.org, type in your zip code and look for a treatment center near you and call them. Call every place until you find a place that will take you. And if you're in a big city, there's lots of places, you know, and you can probably, even if you don't have money or you don't have insurance, you can find a place that will work with you and scholarship you. Okay. My mom had an accident when she was 21 and lost her leg and became an alcoholic. I'm so sorry, Victoria. And here's the thing, you guys. When I tell you guys you need to go into treatment, what I'm referring to is 90 days or more. I want you to be successful, and I want you to have the best chance at sobriety. So what I believe is important to do is to get immersed in a program. I'm talking like fully immersed underwater in the program. So there are programs out there. I know a place in Florida that is free. That is free. But it's a year-long program. But my friend went through it and it saved his life. Okay? And so, and is Cecilia, are you in here? Cecilia went in there too. And another guy, Ryan's friend, went in there too. I've sent a couple people there. And so it's a good place. And it's free, but it's a long program. And here's the thing, you guys, like sometimes we gotta make sacrifices, you know, to make our lives better. Naples, Florida. What if people get overwhelmed and run away from all recovery? Bliss, I'm gonna tell you like it is, sis, okay? If you're struggling with your mental health, you need to address that first. So somebody that is getting so overwhelmed that they're running the opposite way of help, I would imagine that they're struggling with some kind of anxiety, and I would direct that person to get help with their mental health. After that, I would say no more excuses. Let's get to it. Okay? We're making excuses for ourselves now. Was I making excuses when I was hitting the crack pipe? I would get out in the middle of the night, rain, sleet, snow, or shine to get my dope, wouldn't I? Just like we would get out there to get our dope, we got to get out there to get our recovery. So, address your mental health first, because that is the most important thing. If you don't have mental health, then you can't stay sober. You're gonna fucking crash and burn, dude. Pew! Like a bomb, okay? Get your mental health figured out, and then get your ass in gear with your recovery, okay? And if you go and you get mental health help while you're there, talk to your provider about some kind of service that wraps around and includes sobriety and mental health. So that way you can just knock two birds out with one stone. Okay? But you guys, just like you guys spoke up when you were getting dope, just like you stepped up and said, hold on, sweetie. You just shorted me. I said 10 pills, not 9. Just like you said, this baggie don't weigh a quarter. I'm going to have you fill that back up. Just like you stepped off in front of people and stood up for yourself whenever it came to getting your drugs, you have to advocate for yourself in your recovery. Okay? You cannot allow, you can't just sit back and wait for the recovery to come over to you. Oh, hi, recovery. Have a seat. How are you doing today? Would you like some coffee? No, you have to chase recovery down and grab it by its motherfucking ponytail and throw it on the ground and say, bitch, you're mine. Okay? That's what you have to do. You have to be aggressive when you're fighting for your life. All right? Because you guys, it's not just about us getting off drugs and alcohol. We are fighting a deadly disease. We could die. If I go out and use tomorrow, I could kill myself. My son could lose his mom. That's why, like all these people that with their drama and their jealousy and their chaos, I can't even be bothered with these fools because I'm over here trying to really live life and help people to not die. Pull your head out of your own ass and realize that I'm not here to be popular. I'm not here for you to like me. I'm here for my life. This is life or death for me, okay? If it's not life or death for you, okay, but it's life or death for me. I don't want to die. It's so much more important, you guys, than anything you could ever understand. I can't even believe how some people are on this app. This is literally our lives that we are fighting for. I'm not over here. It's not a popularity contest, okay? Do you understand that what I'm doing right now, I'm not getting paid to do this. Okay, this 2-hour live stream that we've had today, this is my free time that I'm coming on here and providing a service to help others. Okay, I'm not making money off of this right now. I'm not even in the creator fund. You know, I'm not over here charging folks money to do this. Okay, this is literally saving my own life. It's not about you. It's about me. I'm selfish. And this is helping me stay sober. Being here and being accountable with all of you helps me stay sober. Being here and helping you guys helps me stay sober. You know what I'm saying? I have to do this. When I miss a day, you know what happens? I feel like shit. When I don't come on here and we don't do our recovery stuff together, I noticeably feel not well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I can feel it in my spirit. Like, damn it, I didn't get on there and talk with my people today. You know what I mean? I have built a family here, okay? You guys are my family. And I need you guys. I feel like people don't understand. And I talk about this on my YouTube channel too because that's how it all began. I need my people. You guys are my lifeline. I got sober July 13th of 2015. And I didn't start sharing and talking like I am right now until after I had a year sober, you guys. And then I didn't really even get that serious about it until about 2017, 2018. And that's when I really got serious about it. My YouTube channel is Real Talk Recovery with Nichole, you guys. It's in you can click the link in my bio and it'll take you straight to my YouTube channel. And all of you guys are welcome. I upload all these live streams to my YouTube channel. So y'all, if you miss it here, you can watch it later. What was your first step in getting sober? What was the most helpful? What helps you cope with? Okay, so what was the first step in getting sober? The first step for me getting sober was totally surrendering, okay? And what I mean by surrendering is I had to let go of the idea that I could use drugs and alcohol successfully. What do I mean by that? What I mean is the reason why I couldn't stay sober for all those years is because I had a secret little reservation stored right here in my heart. And every day I would pull the little reservation out and I'd say, little reservation, I love you. I'll always be here for you, little reservation. And my little reservation was, I can pop Xanax bars, snort a lot of cocaine, and shoot some meth anytime I want and be fine. And I really thought that if I got sober for a little bit and I didn't use any drugs, that I could go and take my reservation out and play with it, toss it up in the air, and then put it back away when I was done. But see, that's a lie from the pit of hell. Every time I would take my reservation out and go use drugs, I would lose everything. I would drive my car into a brick wall. I would lose custody of my son to Child Protective Services. My husband would leave me. I would fucking cuss my mother-in-law out. You know, I couldn't do it. And so when I finally let go of the idea that I could use drugs and alcohol without having consequences and do it whenever I felt like it, that was the first step of a real true step of change that I took, okay? Now, what was the most helpful thing for me getting sober? The most helpful thing for me getting sober was going into treatment, coming out, and getting into therapy, where I went to therapy every 2 weeks and seeing a therapist, talking about my underlying issues, getting my mental health treated, because I had never gotten my mental health treated. I had always gotten sober, stayed sober for a little bit, and white-knuckled and thought the feelings that I had inside I thought they were dumb. I thought what I was feeling, nobody else felt. I thought that it was normal to not want to get out of bed. I thought it was normal to feel like I wanted to die. I thought it was normal to be sad all the time. I thought it was normal to hate myself. And so it's not normal. And so I had to get help. I thought it was normal to have anxiety, overwhelming, just like to the point where I was like, could not move. But it wasn't that I couldn't talk to people. It wasn't that it was like an overwhelming anxiety with life, doing life, like going to the grocery store or filling out an application for a job or getting insurance or washing my car, like life chores that I could not do. And what helps me cope the most now? Talking about what I've gone through. I use my platform here on TikTok as a virtual journal. Everything I talk about here is going on in my life. And I share the things that I experience with you guys, and it helps me. It helps me stay sober. I don't understand why you're here, you Chawa. Are you just trying to like make people upset, or are you here because you need help? Because if you're here because you need help with addiction, you know, never mind. I'm just going to pull you out of here because we don't need you here. You're just trying to cause conflict. See ya. Sorry about that, guys. I just didn't see his comments because I was not letting the messages go down. Right. The reservations, man, I'm telling you, hold you back for a long time. You guys, my husband was the same way. The reservations held my husband back. He reserved he reserved the idea to use Xanax. And he thought that one day he would be able to use Xanax and not have negative consequences. Well, we see where that got him. And so you have to, without a shadow of a doubt, please, you guys, please, okay? I would never, ever lie to you guys, okay? When I tell you guys that you have to get rid of that reservation, I'm not lying to you, because I reserved my reservation for years and I couldn't figure out why I kept relapsing. I was like, what is wrong? Like, I'm doing everything they're telling me to do. I'm going to meetings. I have a sponsor. I'm chairing meetings. I was like a model citizen. You know what I mean? I was doing everything they were telling me to do, but I could not maintain sobriety. It wasn't until I let go of it. I had to break up with drugs. I had to divorce methamphetamine. Methamphetamine is like my ex-husband. He fucking calls me sometimes. He still wants me to come back to him, but I cannot go back to him. Methamphetamine gave me what I wanted. It gave me energy. It gave me skinniness. It gave me confidence. It gave me a feeling that I could do anything, until it started taking my confidence, taking how I felt about myself away, and it started causing me and hurting me and doing the opposite to me that I loved it for. I loved it, right? For the longest time. I loved it forever until it stopped working. And you guys, that's what happens to us addicts and alcoholics. After a while, the drug or the alcohol stops working for us. And then what are we doing? We're just using it because we have to. It sucks. The first step is surrender. And listen to me, Miss Garcia, how do I make him want it? You can't make anybody want it. They have to change. They have to come to a point in their life where the pain of addiction, the pleasure of their addiction, getting the feeling produced by drugs, the pain outweighs the pleasure, okay? They have to lose enough things, basically, and hit a bottom sufficient enough for recovery. And listen, the best thing my mom ever did for me was disconnect from me and go to Al-Anon. And when she went to Al-Anon, do you know what she did? She kicked my ass out of the house. And when she kicked my ass out of the house, she took her power back. And when we have a drug addict or alcoholic living with us, they have our power, okay? They are running the show. So we have to take our power back. How old were you when you started? I was 17 years old when I started using. And I was a full-blown meth addict by the time I graduated high school. I was using meth every day. One of the things that helped me, thank you. You look really good to be an ex-user. Well, I appreciate that. I'll take it as a compliment. One of the things that has helped me, sorry guys, I want to read this to you guys. One of the things that helped me in my sobriety and to deal with a significant other who struggles with addiction is this book right here. Codependent No More. Okay? Okay. Hey Jess, what's up, girl? So, basically this book will help you identify whether or not you are codependent. If you are in a relationship with a drug addict or an alcoholic, you most likely are codependent, okay? And once you realize that you are codependent, then you can work through that codependency. And this will help you be able to detach from your loved one with love, still be there to support them, but you will not be consumed by their addiction anymore. You will be able to live free and breathe and have relief. The day this hit me like a ton of bricks, I was reading this book. I was doing it with my patrons. It's called Codependent No More. I was doing this book with my patrons, and we were working through this book together. And all of a sudden, it slapped me in the face, the dick of reality. I have to let go of control, because control is doing nothing for my addicted loved one. In fact, all I'm doing is pushing my addicted loved one farther and farther into their addiction. When I stopped and I let go, that's when my husband hit rock bottom and lost his job and quit using drugs and got sober. And I actually could go to bed at night and not obsess over whether or not he was using drugs while he was at work. It was hard. I went through a whole process of grieving and worrying and trying to control, and then going back and controlling, not controlling, controlling, not controlling. But now, I'm free from that now. But at that moment in time, it took me a minute. But now, he is, like I said, he went through what he went through. He's a better person now because of it. And I am getting better from codependency. I am recovering from codependency. That's right, we don't play. Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, I know I need to because I'm not using it properly anymore. So, I'll tell you guys about this, okay? Adderall, it gives us that energy that we all wish that we had naturally, right? I mean, that's why I used methamphetamine, because I like the way it made me feel. It produced that energy feeling. Adderall is just amphetamine salt, you know? You can get the extended release kind, or you can get the regular kind. But if you have found yourself using amphetamine salt, Adderall, I will tell you this, Jess. All you have to do is pick a day. Okay? What does it mean to be codependent? Oh! Codependency is where you and your... It's like this. I want you to think of a circle. You know, in a circle, there's no start or end to the circle. It's just a circle, right? In a relationship with two people, there should be a Nichole and a Neil, me and my husband. Not a Cleo or Neil, not the two of us morphed into one where we're bleeding into each other, right? Where there's no separation from the two, where I can't. It was almost like, you guys, I had become so dependent on my husband where there was no just Nichole. There was no beginning, and where there was just me and there was just him, right? And so our lives, my life, was consumed with his life. And when he relapsed and when he went into his active addiction, my whole life centered around whether or not my husband would stay sober or not. I would be happy, sad, or mad whether or not my husband used that day. I wasn't living my own life for me. And what made it even worse was I was upset and worried because didn't want him to affect my life negatively. And so that made it even harder for me to take a look at my behavior, because I was selfishly controlling him because I didn't want him to fuck up my life. You know what I mean? Instead of being worried because I cared and because I love him, it was more because I was worried that he was going to ruin my life, basically. And I know that sounds like such a shitty thing, but it was true. And so there was no beginning and no end. It was just me and him together all the time. And so codependency is where you don't have your own life. You're interwoven into your spouse's or your friend or your addicted loved one so deeply that there's no separation between the two. And it can be unhealthy. Okay? Hey, Cinnamon, what's up, baby girl? And that's what had happened to me. It was unhealthy. So I'll tell y'all how I would quit Adderall if I were you. So some people can go to treatment, some people don't go to treatment. Oh, Javi, if you had struggles with addiction, I promise you were probably codependent. Like, it's an unhealthy relationship. And you know, listen to me. I love my husband. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. But now it's like I'm learning to be Nichole, and Neil doesn't have to make up. He doesn't have to be like, I can be me without him, and that's okay. Do you know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain, but yes, Mom says my codependent mother made so many excuses for me where it benefited her. Absolutely, absolutely. So, I'll tell y'all this, okay? What else y'all want to know? Thank you for talking about all this. You give me hope. I'm going through this with my son. Anytime, girl. Do y'all have anything else y'all want to talk about? I'm having a good time. We'll stay on for a few more minutes, okay? I'll tell you guys this much, okay? I'll tell you all the drugs that I got sober from and how each drug affected me. I've gotten sober from methamphetamine. The way I could get off methamphetamine was eat a sandwich, drink some milk, and go to sleep. You hear me? Go to sleep for like 5-6 days. After I'd get me some good sleep, then I could wake up, go to a meeting, get myself sponsored, get into some therapy, etc., etc. Opiates, been through that withdrawal. Sucks. Sucks, sucks, sucks. What I would do is I would hole myself up in my room, get a bunch of fucking covers, because I'd be cold and then I'd be hot. Then I'd be cold and then I'd be hot. I'd have a toilet or a trash can beside my bed, toilet right over there so I could run to it if I needed it. And baby, I was buckling down ready for war. Do you know what I'm saying? Methamphetamine, cocaine, crack, those stimulant kind of drugs. Hey, Pop Out, what's up, baby? I'm doing good. Those drugs were more psychological for me, and like I could go to sleep and sleep it off, but I still needed to have like support afterward. But opiates, benzos, and alcohol, I couldn't do that on my own. I had to. Okay, 401 Marley. This is my fucking channel. I fucking cuss. If you don't fucking like it, then you might not fucking want to watch. It's hard, Vicky. So when you have somebody that is an active addiction that's a loved one, it is so hard, you guys, because you're emotionally attached and involved with that person. Right? So when my husband was struggling, I was so angry with him. I was pissed, dude. And I could show other people empathy and love and tolerance and support, right? But when it was my own husband, I was angry and I wanted to beat the addiction out of him. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard. And you know what else it made me do? It made me take a look at myself in the mirror. Okay? It made me take a look at myself in the mirror. It made me take a look at myself in the mirror, you guys, and realize that, damn, if I can't appreciate my husband and help him in his lowest point, then what does that say about me? How that's not loving and tolerant for me to treat my husband about like that. That's not loving or tolerant for me to, treat him horribly when he was actually using. I'm supposed to be there to support him. I'm supposed to be there to love him. I'm supposed to be there to help him. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't. And I have made amends. I do talk recovery and love. Hey, love my kids. How you doing, honey? I have looked into myself and realized, you know what? I can do better than that. I can do better than that. And I will never treat my husband like I did last time. I will love him through his situation. If he has, God forbid, I hope he doesn't have another episode, but if he did, I would be there to support him. And I would be there with open arms. Okay? And here's the thing, you guys. When you come into my chat, you need to understand. I cuss. I swear like a sailor. I believe that using cuss words shows that how much more emotion is behind that statement. Okay, so please, it's not my responsibility to taper my conduct or my censor my words. Okay, you guys have got to get to a point where you can deal with that kind of stuff. Okay, you can't walk into somebody's house and tell them how to do things in their house. Remember, when you come to my live stream, I'm allowing you to come into my house. Okay, so you wouldn't walk into somebody's house and tell them to take their own shoes off in their house, would you? No, you would do what they asked you to do. Okay. Everyone tells me tough love and leave until he changes, but I'm all he has and he needs support. So Jamie, that's a great topic. So let me share something with you, Jamie. Before I experienced having a loved one, my husband, relapse myself, I used to tell people the same thing. You need to leave. You need to get away from that situation. Hold on, guys. And I would tell people, you know, get out of there. You don't want to be in a bad situation, blah, blah, blah. Until I got put in that situation myself. Okay? So, what was I saying? Okay, so now that I've been put in that situation myself, I understand, right? I understand what it's like. And so, tough love is easier said than done, okay? And tough love does not mean that you have to kick your significant other out or you have to leave them, okay? Tough love could mean setting a boundary. Set that boundary and stand firm on it. Okay, loved one, there is no using in this house. Loved one, if you come home and you use in this house or you've used, you have to go sleep in your vehicle. Loved one, if you're high when you come home, you're in the doghouse. You got to sleep on the couch. You're not allowed to be in the bed with me. Okay? Those are things that you can do to set a boundary to say, hey, I'm not going to put up with this. Okay? I'm not here for this. So I had to get to that point, you know, and it's okay to be like that. It's kicking somebody out is not the answer a lot of the times. Now, let me tell you what Dr. B says. Would you kick your loved one out if they were struggling with their diabetes and they skipped their insulin? Would you kick your loved one out if they relapsed back into their cancer? You know what I'm saying? So, and yeah, I saw you saying so coming to the live stream, you guys, and placing something onto us and telling us, hey, you need to stop doing this because it makes me feel like this. I'm responsible for me and you're responsible for you. If you know that you're highly triggered by cuss words, then this probably isn't the fucking place for you. So you need to realize that and remove yourself from the situation and find a place where you better feel comfortable, okay? Anybody who fucking watches me knows that I cuss like a sailor. All of my TikTok videos have the F-bomb in them at least. And so it's something new here. So we're not going to come into a live stream and do stuff like that. Like this, we don't manipulate the live stream and try to get everybody's focus and attention on us. That's unhealthy, okay? So if you're having a problem with that, you need to talk to your family about it and maybe get into therapy. But that's not anything we can do. This is an adult live stream, 18 plus or more, okay? So, in fact, Marley, I'll see you later, honey, okay? You have a great day. I don't even think you're of age. Some people. Do any of y'all know who Larry Lovelace is? I wish we could get him back. I do, Sugar Boom Boom. I love his content. I went and found him on Facebook. And I love him. I love him. I've even commented on his videos. I think he just made a video recently. Yeah. Marley, I'm sorry, honey, but I just blocked you, okay? I don't even think that kid's 18 years old. A lot of either these people are totally fucking like 13 years old and they don't have the mental capacity to talk with us like adults, or they're not all well, you know? Yeah. And so you guys, if you're under the age of 18, just don't comment, because I will have to remove you from the stream, because I don't want, this is not a kid's stream, okay? Please, if you're under the age of 18, you should be in bed right now. It's 10:30. This is a safe place, and if things trigger you on here, what better place to be here? Yeah, and here's another thing, you guys. Okay, but here's another thing, okay? I don't understand, like, honestly, well, we're just talking about whatever now. He helps people through sharing his own stories. I love him. So I'm just like, how do you love her but not? No, she has. I know, right, Queenie? Yeah. Okay, see you later, Austin. Well, you're okay. You're safe with us, Mozzarella. What will happen now is that all these little kids will start commenting and coming out of the woodworks, calling me a snitch and a Karen and an op. Watch, just give it a second. I didn't even realize, you guys, how many little kids were on this app until I made those videos about stash spots. And y'all, I'm telling you, the kids came out of the woodworks. They were all coming for me, man. It was crazy. They did, Megan, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. And you know it's a kid when they're telling you what to do with your stream. Can you not cuss, please? What? So anyway, let's wrap it up, I guess, right, you guys? So I really had a good time tonight. Like, I feel like we had such a good stream. I love doing these streams, you guys. Like, I'm telling you, you know, people might say, oh, this is selfish. Like, I don't see how you could think that. Like, I love doing this. I love coming on here and sharing my experience with you guys. You know, it has to be a little bit to where I share about me, because I'm the person up here. Now, what I wish we could do, y'all want to hear this? Oh, I'm going to put it on YouTube. I record all these streams and I put them on YouTube, you guys. So, what I wish we could do is I wish I could have a guest here on the TikTok stream. Hey, loving my kids. If you want to text me, I will give you some tips, but I'm going to tell you, my YouTube channel is Real Talk Recovery with Nichole. I'll tell you this, loving my kids. You need to pick a topic. You need to stick to the topic. You need to be entertaining and engaging at the same time. You have to be engaging the viewers. You can't just jump on and be like, I don't know what to talk about. Yeah, but I don't know. You got to be on it, okay? You have to be on it. If you want to have a live stream where people watch you and engage, then you need to be prepared to engage your audience. You can't just jump on and not know what you're talking about, because then people are going to be like, who's this girl? She don't know what she's talking about. You know what I mean? So get a topic, hone in on that topic, and fucking focus on sharing what you know about it, you know? Anyone can share their experience, okay? You just have to get on here and own it. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed of anything that you've been through. Be honest. Be genuine, okay? Be your authentic self, right? I come on here, y'all hear me. I'm singing, I'm getting my water, I'm feeding my son, I'm just chilling, you know? I'm just sharing my life. This is just me. I'm a regular woman. I'm 39 years old. I used drugs for 13 years. I finally found something that works for me, and I want to share that with other people. If I hadn't gotten involved, if I hadn't gotten connected and built a recovery community around myself, I would not be sober today, okay? I wouldn't be sober. You can message me here, it's fine. I wouldn't be sober today if I hadn't built this recovery accountability community, okay? This saved my life, dude. Y'all saved my life last year when my husband relapsed, okay? Because I had nobody to talk to. I don't have a bunch of friends in real life. I have my son and I have my husband. And so you guys helped me stay sober, you know? And you know that people might think that's lame, whatever. I don't give a fuck. You know, it helped me. It helped me. And so it can help you too. That's why I tell you guys, like, when I say get involved, when I say get in the group and get right in the middle, I'm not telling you that, and I'm not just saying it. Like, I'm serious, you guys. Get inside of our Facebook group. Join us on our YouTube channel. I'm in Arkansas. Join us on the YouTube channel. Join us for our nightly live streams. Join us Friday. We got a guest speaker coming on YouTube. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some in it. We have a guest speaker coming on Friday. Shane is coming to share his story. Shane and I have known each other for the last 3 or 4 years. He relapsed recently and he got onto a low dose of Suboxone, and he's struggling with being ashamed of being on Suboxone. And so he is going to come share his story Friday about his relapse and about the experience that he has had getting on Suboxone and the shame he feels, and also the struggle that he has had finding a group that he fits into that's not judgmental. So that will be Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube. Now, I will upload clips of it here after the fact, but it will be on YouTube. And I will also upload it in our Facebook group, Real Talk Recovery. Okay? I'm going to be out of town April 4th through the 8th, Sybil. But if you're here before or after that, text me when you get here and we'll meet. Okay? Don't be a lame ass. You better fucking call me or text me, okay? Call me on the damn 1-800 number in my bio. It comes straight to my phone. Okay? That would be so cool. You're in Mount Ida, Arkansas on Friday. Call me on that 1-800 number. You can come up to Little Rock and we go buy some coffee and talk and give each other a hug around the neck, okay? And we can make a TikTok video together, Lauren. You come over here, we'll go get a coffee, we'll make a TikTok video. If we didn't make a TikTok video, it didn't happen, right? Hey. So, Friday night, you guys, join me with Shane. Don't be lame. Y'all better come. He needs our support, okay? Like I'm saying, he's so excited about coming on my channel because he just feels really shitty. You know, he had almost 4 years sober and he fell back and he's just beating himself up about it, you know? And so, I don't know, you know, we're so hard on ourselves. And that's why I don't even like saying the word relapse. I don't like that word. Episode of use. That's what we're saying now. Episode of use. It doesn't sound as negative when you say that. You know what I mean? Hey, thanks, Raina. I appreciate that, girl. Renee or Raina Miller. There, you know, sometimes I just I'm on here and I get to going and we're just on it. We're on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this video tonight onto YouTube. Renee, gotcha. And I appreciate y'all's support. Thank you for the flowers. I really, really appreciate that. That shame of falling back, it just eats us alive, man. It eats us alive. What's up, Cinnamon? You want to what? And so, yes, I have 2 little sisters, Michelle and Christine. I'm 39. Michelle's 37. Christine's 36. Share, yes, please, you guys, share my videos everywhere you go. Like my videos, but sharing my videos helps me so much because you share them on Facebook, you share them with all your friends, and that means more people will see them and more people will share them. So when y'all do that, it helps me. So do that shit, okay? So anyways, I love you guys. I'm not going to keep y'all hostage anymore. I appreciate everybody's support tonight. Bomb-ass live stream. I had a great time. I got a lot of stuff off my chest. I feel like I got to share a lot of good stuff tonight. I feel like we helped a lot of people tonight. I feel like y'all helped me. I helped you. It's an even trade. Love you too, Vi. Tomorrow is Tuesday. So tomorrow, Tuesday at 11, no, about noon. Tomorrow at noon, you guys, I will go live and we'll do makeup and skincare and all that stuff. And I'll show y'all how to do some hair masks and stuff like that because y'all have been asking about my hair. And I'll also show you guys the skincare that y'all need to get that'll help y'all skin be clear, okay? Yeah, tomorrow at noon here, noon my time. So I'm central. So if you're in California, it'll be 10 o'clock your time. If you are in the East Coast, it'll be 1 o'clock your time. Okay? But noon Central, 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific Standard Time. All right? All right, my loves. Good night.